Okay, here we go. I figured I had an autofocus lock. Couldn't figure that out. I kept going blurry. All right, this is going to be a chapter 1 review. Look at this poison ivy. Isn't that crazy? Messy. Try to clean up the backyard, poison ivy. Oof. It's okay though. Backyard did not win. If I didn't do it because of the poison ivy, I would have lost. We're doing the review. What are we doing? All right, so I got the review on the left side. I'm going to go over it. Go ahead and zoom in. You're welcome to just do that, pause the video, and get all the stuff, or you can listen to me talk. All right, so what is a theory? It is a framework of ideas and assumptions used to explain observations. So the thing about a theory is when you're with your buddies, you say you got a theory, you're really saying you have a hypothesis, because a theory is like pretty much an almost fact. It's tested a lot, so it's been around, right? Hypothesis is a guess, but in science, a theory is like an almost fact, right? All right, a light year. A lot of people get this confused and they say it's a unit of time. It's not a unit of time. A light year is a unit of distance, how far light travels in a year. So a star shining, how far that light goes in 1 year. It's very far, very, very far. Constellations, they're just patterns of stars connected by people into configurations. That's it. It's just a pattern that people are like, oh, that looks like this. Just like when you're cloud watching, you're like, oh, that cloud looks like a bear or whatever. Same thing. So patterns of stars connected into configurations, connected by people. All right, define a year, not 365 days. A year is just the length of time it takes for the Earth to go around the sun. 1 year, right? Define astronomy, the study of the universe. Who determined Earth's circumference? Distance around, right? All right, this is hard to pronounce, but I have a little, whatever you call it to get it. Eratosthenes. Eratosthenes. It's a weird word. Try to do it. Go ahead. You'll say it quietly to yourself. That's okay. All right, what is the diameter of the Earth in kilometers? About 15,000 kilometers. Okay, there you go. What causes seasons on Earth? It's the tilt of the Earth's axis. It's the tilt. It's not the closest to the Earth. Closeness of the Earth to the sun. A little fun fact you'll learn in seasons. The Earth is furthest from the sun in summertime and closest in around wintertime, right? So it's opposite of what you'd think. A lot of people think it's like, well, it's winter, it's so cold because the Earth is so far away. It's actually closest around wintertime. Okie dokie. So again, what causes seasons? The tilt of the Earth's axis. Be able to explain parallax. This is the definition, and I'll tell you about it in a second. The apparent displacement of a foreground object related to the background. So that's the definition. Here's what it actually is. So it's a way to determine distance, how far you are from something, based on the object's relative motion. So for instance, if you hold your finger out and close one eye, and switch which eye is open and closed, it's a little weird. It moves a certain amount. Let's say like a foot, right? Now, if I bring it close and do it, it moves a lot more. So notice that the apparent movement is inversely related to the distance. Moves a lot, the object is really close. Big movement, short distance away. Small movement, further away. So you can look at stars with different telescopes spaced out, and that'll give you an idea of how far they are away. Okie dokie. What else we got? Did I move too far down? Why did civilizations learn about or observe constellations? 2 reasons. Not just for fun storytelling, right? You know that certain constellations are in certain positions in the sky during certain times of the year, right? So with that being said, number 1 is when they're sailing on the ocean, they don't have phones, they don't have GPS, but they know that at this time of the year, this constellation is here, which means that's north or whatever, right? So for navigation purposes or traveling in general, or for planting crops, you know, in this constellation is this position, you're 6 months away from spring or whatever, and you need to plant X, Y, Z, right? Because certain plants grow better in the summer, certain plants grow better in the winter. All right, how many stars can you see on a clear night? About 3,000 or so. This is when you're not in the city, when there's no light pollution, right? What did Aristotle believe our solar system revolved around? So he believed the planets and the sun orbited the Earth. So he believed the Earth was the center of the solar system, which it is not. It's actually the sun. All right, and then lastly, make sure you watch the videos on Canvas because usually those are free test questions. So check those out. All right, hopefully that helps. Goodbye.